Hollywood was great in those years. And I'll tell you why. It was simple, it was easy to get along with people, and my father had a job at Paramount Studios, and I got to go with him to work when I was a kid. I met a lot of stars there who were doing film, working, it was very, very good. My mother was working as a waitress at Coffee Dan's, which was a restaurant on Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood and Vine, and she worked there for years. I went to Hawthorne High School, and my friends were the Beach Boys. We were all bums in high school. The day I dropped out was the same day the Beach Boys dropped out. It wasn't planned that way, it just happened. The two Wilson brothers, myself, quitting school, they went on to be huge stars. I didn't care what I was gonna be. I was gonna be a dishwasher or whatever. What happened, we saw a film called Peppermint Twist. That was a dance and a song in those days, starring Joey D. and the Starliners. And I went to the movie, see the movie, and my brothers and I are sitting down watching this movie. And I turned over to my older brother, Albert, and said, Albert, we should be singers. He said, why? I said, they make money doing nothing, they're singing. We can do that. So that's how we started, just like that. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know the word harmony, what it meant. We were just singing.
Bang! Hello, my name's Casey Kasem, and we'd like to welcome you to the 1-year anniversary program.
I met Casey. He was a disc jockey at radio station KRLA in Los Angeles. And he was very popular, had a great voice. He would show up at the dances. He's promoting the radio station, and we happened to be the group performing at the dance. We weren't stars. They would introduce featuring whatever our name was. He liked the energy that we did dance. We got up and danced and sing. He didn't listen to the voice. He saw the reaction of the audience. Kids loved us because we danced, we sang ooh, ah, and they loved it. Casey lived above me, I lived below him. And I would visit him almost every day. He'd want to ask me a question, and he'd hit the floor. I hear the pounding and on my ceiling. I said, oh, he wants to see me, and I go upstairs to see him. That's all that happened. I looked at the industry. I looked at managers, agents, artists, and I analyzed them all. And in my career, I went from singer to theater owner, everything in showbiz. And I learned everything, and I became very, very strong. And I started getting calls from big singers, big artists. During those days, I managed a singer named Fabian Forte. He was a big singer in the 50s, 60s, 70s. I met him when I was singing in Vegas. I was performing at the Hilton. He was at the MGM. We hung out together as performers, and I realized, I said, I'm in the same boat as he is. Fabian is known to me, but not to the kids. He couldn't sing, really. So I got him a record deal. We're at the studio. I'm there with Fabian, my client, and the producer was Bob Todd. So he started singing, and it was, terrible. Bob was behind the console producing him, and he looked at me, what am I gonna say? He said, "Fabe, great job. Bob was gonna fine tune it, it's done." So he goes home. And Bob looks at me, "What do we do now?" And I said, "Bob, I'll sing it." He looks at me and says, "What?" "I'll sing the song," because I used to be a singer. And he said, "You'll sing the song and you're Fabian?" I said, "Yep." That way you're not in trouble, because he went to his company and sold him on Fabian. They weren't gonna sign him. But I learned that later. And I sang the song. I was in Milwaukee with Wayne Newton, and I got a call from the police department in Los Angeles. I had to identify Marvin Gaye. I was managing him. His father had killed him because Marvin and heard his mother being beat up, crying and screaming. The father was beating her up, a man. He got out of bed. He ran downstairs to a room where he was beating up his mother and stopped him. He got in the middle of it. His father said to him, "If you hit me again, I'm gonna grab a gun and kill you. I'm your father." He said, "Kill me." His father went into another room, grabbed the gun, and killed him. Very, very unfortunate, very sick. And he was such a nice person. That's what really floored me. And his father shot him dead. I thought it was a joke. I saw the body, which really ripped me apart. He had to be buried. The company I was with, Marquee Entertainment, Danjo Medlevine was my partner. We paid for the funeral. We had the funeral, and Marvin, as usual, packed the place. His name was all over the paper. All of the looky-loos wanted to see him, and that's what happened. Michael was a nice man. Michael got bigger and bigger every year. And his father, Joe Jackson, was really close to me. The industry wanted the kids. When he came to me and showed me the contract for the tour, I read the contract in front of him. I said, "Joe, you sold Michael and his brothers for $40,000 a show?" Well, yeah, he was proud of it. He thought that was a lot of money. I said, Joe, big mistake. Well, what do you mean? I said, 40,000 a show, I want the show. I want to do it, and I'll pay it. I want 40,000 per show. Give me that, you got me. But Michael and his brothers, $1 million. They'll pay it. He goes, you think so? I said, yeah. I signed the contract. I said, throw it away. Do me a favor, don't ever tell them about this meeting you and I are having. Ever. You put me out of business. He did that, he got the million. $60 million that tour gross they made. They made that money. And I did the tour.
Today is October 26th. Dad is still on breathing machine. Daddy? Dad?
I die. I'm dead. Years later. And who did I see? Norman. That's what woke me up that I was dead. I did not know it. I see my brother sitting at the same table that I sat at, talking to me. And he thanked me. I said, Norman, for what? He said, I know you sent money to my wife and daughter when I died. I said, Norman, how'd you know that? He said, I know. That told me people do not die like I thought all my life. Once you're dead, you're dead. Not true. No, we become spirit or soul that does not die. I can tell you now for a fact. Will people believe me? Probably not, but I don't care. I left my body and I would stand there. Nobody saw me. I heard them telling jokes. They're cutting me open and the doctor saying the worst jokes I've ever heard in my life. And the nurses are, oh, they're laughing. Life is beautiful. Being alive today is one thing, learning. You learn from life. I was dead. I didn't walk for 20 years. I was in a wheelchair. Everything happened to me. It can happen to everybody. What did I do? I looked at myself and I said, fuck this. I got up. That's what happened. I got up and said, that's exactly what happened. I was upset, being sick. And if you don't get off your ass, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. I died already. I know it. I feel it. I've been there and done that. Well, how'd you come back? Well, first the medicine was unbelievable. Doctors are great. But I came back and I'm doing great. Why? I exercise 5 days a week. I take Saturday, Sunday off. But I exercise, which is the key to anybody.
Yeah, look at Natalie do it, Mama. She knows how to make it go. Look at it.
God,
I had a great wife who took care of the kids like a real mother. And my kids grew up to be extremely successful. My daughters support me, and I'm 75. I did things that people don't do. Why? Because of the challenge. I was a glutton for challenges. I wanted to do this, and then it can't be done. And people, oh, you can't do it. Let me tell you, I made sure that my kids were living good. That's the thing I did. And my wife knew it. They lived very, very well. I challenged myself. And I said to myself, I'm going to take my children to the car dealer and buy them all any car they wanted. I did it. I challenged myself to make that a goal in my life. I did it. I'm in love with my wife. She's gone. I should have told her a lot more than I did. That's you. Once you lose your loved one, it's over. So, being in love is very good for people. Very good. It's what you do with it. I had a great, great life. I can tell you now, I had a phenomenal life. I did what I wanted. I got great kids. What else can I have? I've been dead. I came back. My life has been unbelievable. I can't complain. I feel extremely lucky. Extremely lucky that I failed, I won, I had money. Look how I live. Look, I live like a goddamn king. I'm telling you. I'm not lonely. I feel great. The only thing I gotta answer to is my daughters. They become my parents. I've been with the biggest stars in the world. When you're with people you respect, people you make money with, people who worked all their lives to achieve in their life what they wanted, and you see the good, bad, and ugly, and you're around that, if you can't learn from that, you're finished. Life is wonderful. It's how you treat it.